And then we went down to Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yep, and that was one of our biggest lectures.
That was a great lecture. They had a massive turnout.
Being here, it is so awesome to see this room filled up.
Wait, the president is speaking. Hold on, that means...
Talk about political incorrectness.
See other,
an honest man. I like it. Give them both a round of applause. Wonderful. Okay, you guys step forward. Okay, face forward. No cheating. A 2-digit number.
Joe's guess will be closest. Her guess will be off by 2.
All right.
48 and 50, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much. And then we went to visit Paul Prater for him to show us around his house, show us all of his art stuff, and to do an interview with him. We'll do a full-length interview. And Jorge, who is still very jealous that I got the affection and the attention of all of the animals in the house instantly, and of Watkins' stepmom Lisa. All right, we became good friends right away.
He sabotaged. So, since Jorge was the one that last set up the back of the car and packed everything in, he was the one that put the vegan coffee cake in the back of the car, and he set it up to where when you open that thing up, the whole cake came down and just spilled all over the place.
The whole thing fell out of the car and spilled all over the ground.
Yeah, all over the ground. And then this happened.
Someone comes to my house and still the cat, the dog, takes over the whole house and still my lady friend, and the lady friend bakes a vegan coffee cake. This is what I do. I sabotage it. It's garbage. Garbage. I want my money.
He threw the whole thing on the ground on purpose.
Yeah, that's it. You're not having any piece of cake, sir.
Let me tell you about Paul Prater.
That was a very cool visit.
He is the man. What a smart, professional, artistic performer that guy is.
All the way around, man. He's got everything he was doing, he was good at.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, how you engage with the world of magic and all that.
Sure. So I do primarily mentalism and more kind of bizarre skewed mentalism. I do corporate shows, I do school shows, believe it or not, that are all bizarre magic school shows. I do ghost tours. I've got a very successful ghost tour that I do, and I'm expanding to 5 cities this year. I do seance work as well. So anything along the creepy bizarre I really enjoy. Although, like I say, I do corporate as well, and I can do squeaky clean, straight mentalism shows, which I do as well.
What's the most frustrating thing and the most rewarding thing about doing a one-man theater show?
I think the most rewarding thing, I'll start there, is really being able to craft your vision for what you want your audience to experience without anyone else saying, maybe not do this or don't do that, and the reactions and responses you can get are phenomenal. The most frustrating thing is when you end up in a city on a Tuesday night and it's the coldest night they've had on record and 2 people show up.
Oh.
That's the most frustrating thing.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah, that happened in Philadelphia. And I look for unused venues, so to speak, like small theaters, like local community theaters, bars that have stages, places like that. They tend to be more flexible. It's something they usually don't have, so they're usually pretty open to having you in, so that's what I go for. So this was a bar. Plus, I want to work with local communities or I shouldn't say local communities, local businesses, so they can help with the marketing. But sometimes they don't.
Did you do the show for the 2 people?
Yeah, I did, actually. Okay, this is a great story. Because I didn't want to, obviously. I didn't do it on a stage. I just grabbed, some of my stuff, because a lot of my stuff that I do on a stage, I can do it close up too. I mean, we're mentalists. A lot of the stuff is absolutely applies just right up front. It works. But I did it for the 2 people, and one of the guys at the end, seriously, he shook my hand, and I just, it felt like something was wrong with him. I asked him, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Man, my wife committed suicide last week." He said, "I needed this so bad. This has been wonderful for me. Thank you." So you never know when that 2-person show ends up being a really positive thing.
Wow.
So I walked out from, starting from, man, I don't want to do this, to I'm really glad I did this. So very positive experience.
when you walk around Prater's house, there's all of these little artifacts. There's like there's like monkey paws, stuff that you'd expect to find in a Barnum and Bailey like freak show type shop, or you know, a sideshow collection, a sideshow museum. Shrunken heads, mermaid carcasses, stuff like that. Yeah. So and he has a little history for each one of these things that's like printed up. His house looks like a museum, and then about halfway through the tour, he starts telling us, "Oh, by the way, I made these things."
Yeah, that they aren't real at all.
They aren't real at all. There's no history. The history is just whole cloth invented. They look
so
exactly like what you'd find in those little museums.
And he had like I said, man, when you did that interview with him, he had so much great advice on business strategies.
Yes.
On how to, you know, do different kinds of tours and stuff. Just different, unique avenues for mystery performers to go.
Yes. Yeah, he is a real thinker. He makes that money. I'll tell you that.
He works hard for it,
and he works hard.
He also brews his own beer.
He brews his own beer.
I just remembered that part.
Yeah, very exciting.
I mean, well, no, but it's just this guy was
for
just
you and Jorge,
an
man.
artistic. He's just artistic all the way around, just creative and constantly keeping himself busy and doing stuff.
Yeah, this guy was just super smart, and he's an author too. So he's written some books on mentalism, which we picked up from him.
Yep.
And you should definitely check it out. What a good. Bizarrist, mentalist, whatever you call him, illusionist, magician. What an amazing performer and thinker this guy is. Definitely check out Paul Prater's work if you get a chance.